Order! Any final statements, Your Honor? I did it. I killed her. I couldn't handle it.
But what?
But when she told me that she ate another man's ass, I couldn't handle the thought of her eating another Chewbacca caca shooter. So I shot her. Are you confessing to murder?
Oh, what? Huh. I don't know.
Boy, you're just here for a speeding ticket. I don't even know where the hell you got them wrinkly prison clothes. Timu, well, your dead wife ain't gonna be the only one eating male chocolate starfish. Life sentence.
I like how fucking eyes, bro. Your eyes look like you've been through a lot.
They've seen a lot.
Been through a lot. Seen some shit. Done some shit. Done everything but seen me in your room, buddy.
Excuse me?
Welcome back, y'all. Another episode. What is this? This episode 13 now? I don't know. Our last couple weeks have been very, very hectic, to say the least.
It's been a blur.
Has been. You know what? I forgot. We got to do this on camera. But yeah, it has been our last hectic couple weeks between us filming shit. I'm not even used to filming this. You know, honestly, the grind has been real. I've been feeling that the grind has been real because took PTO for this episode today.
Whoa.
Yep. I literally went to my boss. It's funny. You know, I was thinking about that too, actually. You know, it's funny how some people are scared to call off work.
Why?
Or like, you know, just like not call off. I don't know. I feel like with some people, it's kind of like a pride thing. You know, they're kind of like, oh man, you know, it kind of coincides with people's work ethics. So like, you know, they kind of think of it as like, oh, if I call off work, then, you know, I'm not a good worker or whatever. Right. But I don't know. I feel like, I think that's more of like a past generation thing more than the current generation. Because man, I'll tell you what, bro, if I'm doing something that's really, really cool, I do not mind fucking leaving work early or calling off. Like something like this, especially now because we have to film now and not the weekend because you, sir, are traveling again, Mr. Bouzos Papi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Where are you going? Where are you heading to?
Going to Chicago, seeing a old buddy.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
You got any landmarks or anything that you want to go see while you're down there?
Not really, because I've been there before, so
okay.
Like I went up the Sears Tower and did the little seeing room glass thing.
You seen the bean?
Yeah, seen the bean.
You flick it?
I did. They didn't let me lick it.
Hello.
But, you know.
I wouldn't lick that shit, bro. I mean, hands been on that fucking thing.
Well, it was really cold when I went, so I was afraid that my tongue was gonna get stuck on it.
Oh, the bean. Oh man, getting your tongue stuck on the bean. I don't know if that's a bad thing. Be a good way to, you know, share at wintertime.
Until it starts freezing and your tongue falls off or something. I don't know.
Tongue falls off eating bean, bro. Damn, ladies, he's single. Spending time with bros is always good. I can't wait till I get my share of spending time with my boys next month in a certain city. I mean, we spend time a lot. My boy here, you know, it's always cool going back to the places you've been and stuff like that. So yeah, I just find that cool, man. I hope you have a safe trip. Hope you have a safe, nice trip. I'll be here lonely, crying, having nobody to tell me to shut the fuck up, but I'll make it through. I'll just be deep in my thoughts. That's why that's what led to the subject for today. I was just a little deep in my head, you know?
You know, if you want, I'll leave a little recording.
Right.
Yeah. Just play it whenever you start feeling lonely.
Yeah, it's just fucking, I just imagine the recording just consistently going, get out, get out.
Yeah.
Get out.
I should have a printout of me just get out.
Fucking cardboard cutout.
Yeah. And then with a button on it that says it. Like,
oh my God. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Nothing's really been going on with me. Like I said, this is the second week in a row to where it's been just a thing of just going through the motions. It's like I feel like wake up, I eat breakfast. Sometimes I forget to eat. Not that I'm like depressed or anything. Like nothing bad like that. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know. So ever since the year started, you know, you kind of get that like, at least all of my life, I've kind of gotten that like motivation in the beginning of January to where I'm like, all right, we're going to crank this out. But I feel like I don't have it this year just for the sole fact that I felt like I got that back in October when we started this podcast. So I feel like I'm already in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, it's just another day of going through the motions type of thing. So I think, I think that's what that is. Yeah. So I done that, increasing the lore, the storyline lore, things to that extent, and, it gets me thinking, when you're with somebody or, you're talking to girls, right? And, they say those certain things that you're just like, damn, Like, I remember this one time I was talking to this girl, and I was like, once I'm old and, can't, I don't have the ability to wipe my ass anymore, just take me to the back of the shed and pop. And then she told me, she was like, well, if we get old together, I'll wipe your ass for you. And I was like, damn. Little did I know she wanted to wipe someone else's ass because she cheated on me a fucking year later. But that moment at that point in time, let me tell you, that hit me in the feels, man. When they say certain things like that, it gets me in the fucking feels.
Or you could use the app.
The Doofus app?
Yes.
Our sponsor? Oh, not the fucking... The Doofus app. Has a girl ever said anything like that to you? You ever had like any heartfelt sentiment? Someone's ever said something like that to you?
I think it was like take care of... she was asking me if... what happens when we grow old, and will you take care of me the same way you do now? I'm like, yeah. I mean, as long as you
As long as she what?
keep the pole wet and...
I'm fucking dead. This motherfucker, man. I swear to God.
I'm just
You said as long as you keep the pool wet?
The pole wet.
Oh, the pole wet.
We're getting... No, I'm just kidding.
my
I'm just kidding.
God.
No. I said, yeah.
Hey, actually, I think STDs are the most rampant amongst the senior citizen community. I heard that.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
I'm like, damn, bro, old folks be getting down in the fucking... But it's like, man, I feel like when you're old, bro, getting down, like, that's got to be a lot of work. Man, well, I guess it can be and it can't be, right? Because, I mean... I mean, look, if your wife or girlfriend or whoever the hell is in the wheelchair already, she don't got to get on her knees if you're tall enough. It's almost like you're ready to go type of action. My only thing would be like, if my hips kind of fucked up, you're thrusting and stuff, I'm gonna pop a hip. That shit would suck because when you're old as hell and you pop a hip, that's actually a bad sign. I heard that's how like a lot of old people tend to die, or that's how it starts, and then just like progressive problems just keep going after you fuck up your hip. So yeah, bro. All
right, time to do straight upper body and.
I was gonna say, don't worry about making sure she gets your pole wet, bro. Just make sure that fucking hip is still in place.
All right, time to get some bionic hips.
But man, shit. Just thinking about that, just old people like just doing it, bro. Like, what are the sounds that they make? Like, I feel like this just sounds like it just sounds painful, It's just like painful grunts, like Minecraft hits, like ooh, ooh, ooh.
Slower.
Yeah, fucking slow motion. Ooh,
there we go.
Ooh, God.
The grunts are equivalent to the speed.
Ugh, man. But, I feel like they're, on the flip side of that, even though, getting down may not look good to, old people getting down may not look normal, like appealing to a normal person. I feel like, that's the type of love that we all kind of want at the end of the day. I mean, I would like a woman to get old with me and die with me. I think that's a nice way to go out. I'm a firm believer that no matter who's around you, you still kind of die alone at the end of the day. So it's kind of like, oh, fuck. But, at least knowing that, you had a companion up until that point, dying with you. I think that's very romantic way to go out, right?
Well, you can do the whole going out part. I'm not.
I forgot. You're living forever.
I will find a way.
Like I said, it's always nice amongst the community and stuff like that, old people community. But I also want to talk about, I brought this up to you the other day, and I said I was going to expose this. I was going to put my fellow gentlemen on to this little secret that I have. When it comes to getting over an ex, we've all been there. I've been through it. You've been through it, right? But before we kind of go into the nitty gritty of it, fellas, I'm going to give you guys an ultimate cheat code. I'm going to give you an ultimate cheat code too. Actually, I think you're going to look at me very weird after I tell you this, but I'm going to give you guys the ultimate cheat code.
That doesn't change me from usual anyways.
No, this one's wild. This one's wild, okay? So, if your girl's ever cheated on you, or you ever had a girlfriend, an ex and something, and you see her with another man posted up on the gram or whatnot, and you're just thinking like, damn. You start missing. You start getting jealous. You're like, oh, does this man lay pipe down better than me? what does he do? You know, your insecurities start coming out, right?
Yeah.
The best way to solve that is what I like to call early investment into the relationship. And by this, I mean, you have to have her eat your ass at some point in time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, hear me out. Hear me out. It's wild, but hear me out. Just think about it, right? Even if you did it once, just like a split second, right? Imagine when she moves on to the next dude, you see pictures of them together, and you know, you might even see a picture of them kissing. That's the funniest fucking thing, because it's like, it's like, buddy, do you know where your girl's mouth has been? Technically, that dude is literally kissing your ass. It's like pre-investment, you know. Maybe I might be childish. I'm just a vindictive asshole. Could just be that. But I've always said this. I'm like, bro, ultimate type of revenge. Invest in it early. You know, girls. You know, some girls do like that shit. They like experimenting with that butt stuff. I'm not saying fucking get pegged. I'm not saying fucking do that shit. I don't like that, bro. Not a fan. Not a fan. Never have done it. Never will done it. But I can speak from experience that has happened, and it has given me some closure. Because I was just sitting there one day. I was just thinking about it. A little after I became a single man. I was like, no, I wonder if she's moved on. Then I seen a picture, and she did move on. In fact, she has a whole family now, so props to her. But yeah, the flip side of that, I just think about that moment, and it gives me closure. It's the best closure I could have ever had as an individual. As a closure I needed to move on to the next woman. Yes.
But if you use that, you know, thinking,
Yeah.
you know, every time she gave you head, doesn't that mean like?
I mean, okay. Put it in that perspective, sure. You know, like, yeah, you could say the same thing, like, oh, yeah, you know, if you gave a different girl head, yeah. But I feel like when it comes to, like, you know, just regular oral sex, that's one thing. I mean, that's, like, normal. That's expected, right? It's like the whole meme to where it's like, oh, yeah, don't forget, she told another dude, slip it back in or some shit. You've seen those memes, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's normal. Like, obviously, you know, unless you're her first, that's bound to happen. Mm-hmm. But just somebody like this, I think it's just more degrading when you're eating someone's ass. Like when someone's like, you know, it's kind of like, that's the back door, bro. That's not supposed, like, it's a very taboo-ish type of thing, right? So, like, I don't know. I'll ask you this. Like, would you ever let a girl eat your ass?
Honestly, no.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. Because there's such a... there's such a, like, a weird stigma behind it. Like, it feels more gross, right? So that's why I think that, you know, if she does that to you and then kisses the next dude, it's kind of like, oh, God. Like, if I were that guy, I would be like, man, go brush your teeth with some fucking bleach before I'm next to you. Like, give me a week break, like, away from you.
But hold on. She may end up kissing you during that whole time, too.
I mean, I'm not saying, like, fucking, hey, let me take a shit first and then you eat my ass. Like, I'm not saying something like that. If that does happen, it's not going to be like after a gym session or something like. It's going to be in the shower after it's all, you know, after everything's washed, this and that. You know, I'm gonna clean it up, and then, you know, and then go from there. You know, I'm just not like
make sure it's clean.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna go in there fucking like, oh yeah, fucking eat my ass after a long day of fucking work. No, after I get that swamp ass fucking sitting in the goddamn call center all day. No.
Perfect marination, 8 hours.
Oh God, right? Let me do a wiki how to fucking properly eat ass.
No.
Set the goddamn set the water temperature in the shower to steaming hot.
Make sure the thermostat hits this temperature.
Right. Apply soap to portioned areas.
Make sure to use fingers.
Oh my God. Oh, not fingers. See, you're the one that's getting freaky here, not fucking me, guy.
Come on, bro.
Oh my God.
Just using proper etiquette here. Okay.
But yeah, you know, if you ever want to get over your ex, or you think that there's there's some, and I already know people are gonna feel like, this dude's gay, he's closeted homosexual. Maybe that is the case, but, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, I've had a history of women. Never, yeah. But, yeah, that's what I want to put you guys on. So, you know, you ever feel like your girl's cheating on you or whatnot? I feel like especially if you feel like she's cheating on you, I feel that's the ultimate way. it back. I don't know.
Oh, no. We're axing that immediately. Nah. That's all you, guy.
It is. And, no regrets. No regrets. It's not like it happened frequently. It was just, one of those things where I was like, she was like, oh, let me try it. At the moment, I was just kind of like, oh, what the fuck? Then I was like, okay. Then I thought about it years later after we weren't together, and I was like, she asked me. Now, mind you, if this secret gets out I hope it doesn't. Because then I'm gonna start getting self-conscious about the next girl. I'm like, oh man, that's the next question. Is like, oh well, did your last boyfriend treat you right? Did you eat his ass?
Oh no,
ass eating taken over in 2024, bro. Oh god. But on the topic of getting over exes and stuff, I did write some bullet points down. Of like getting over. I guess what's the time frame in these certain things that I want to ask you, right? Do you delete all the photos that you and your ex have had, like right when you break up, or is it like a process to where you slowly, like over time, like delete the photos?
For me, I think I did it over some time because, frankly, I just kind of fire on the camera usually when I take pictures. So it's like I capture the whole moment versus just one shot. There's way too many pictures on my phone.
Damn. Wait, so you just have a bunch of just spam photos? Of
There's usually...
God, that's got to be fucking annoying.
Well, it's not really, because then also, with Apple, they do the live picture.
Right.
So there's a slight moment of movement, too, that you catch with it.
Oh, you take with the live.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, bro.
So
your phone storage got to be full as hell.
Yeah, well, actually, no.
No?
No.
Damn.
But over time, I slowly deleted them. Usually, if it's things that... unique to a place, like if I went traveling and this is the only picture I have of XYZ thing, and I'm in it too, then yes, I'm going to keep it.
Right.
Or if they're like specific moments of that happen to have me in the picture as well, then I'm going to hold on to it. It's not ideal, obviously, but
most definitely.
I still like that's still like I was there too. So
I feel that. I delete them all. Like, I don't give a fuck if I was at a certain place in time. I'm just a visual person, man. Like, if I look at something, I think of like a million scenarios in my head. And that's the last thing. If I'm trying to get over somebody, last thing I want to fucking see is them, right? Because there's a million other things that are going around me that remind me of them already. So if I'm trying to get over them, last thing I want to see is an actual picture of them. So yeah, with me, I do that. And then, once I think that I deleted everything when it comes to like an ex's photos and stuff like that, oh, motherfucker, Snapchat's knocking on my goddamn window.
Oh,
hey, asshole, remember what you did 6 years ago? Here's a picture. Fuck you.
Dude, I don't know how Snapchat gets this stuff. Like, I thought I deleted this thing. Where did you get all these?
I hate that, bro. I hate when memories from apps remind you of shit like that, bro. It's so annoying. It's either that or sometimes like it'll remind you of like a cringe party you were at or just something like random and you're like, damn, I don't even talk to these fucking people anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, it's annoying in a sense of like it reminds you how cringe the current situation was, but it's kind of cool in a sense of it's like it feels like a time machine, because you get to go back in time for that specific moment. But yeah, no, overall, it's like, oh god, when it comes to photos of like past people, I think is when it hurts the most, especially Facebook. I think when Facebook does that shit makes it worse because not only on Facebook do I feel the cringe, I also feel old because it's on Facebook, and I'm like, who the fuck even uses Facebook anymore, bro?
Yeah.
Nobody uses Facebook.
It's rare.
Like I had a friend recently who was like, yeah, I stopped messaging you because I felt like I was being ignored because you don't respond to my messages. I'm like, motherfucker, this is the Facebook Messenger app. Who uses this?
Yeah, no.
Right? I don't use the Facebook Messenger app. Like if you want to hit me up on Instagram or hit me up on Snapchat. I've been on Snapchat more recently. Hit me up on those, bro. Like ain't nobody below the age of like 28 uses Facebook Messenger unless you're from like a different country. I feel like the only people who are young and still use Facebook Messenger also use like WhatsApp. Foreign people. People, because I don't know anybody who uses WhatsApp. That's not foreign.
Actually, yeah.
Do you use WhatsApp?
No. Not unless I'm speaking to people internationally. Yeah, no.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I feel like WhatsApp's more of like an international thing. But yeah, that's the same vibe I get off Facebook Messenger. It's like one of those like messaging apps that's just so outdated. It's just old, right?
Well, it's a separate app too. That I think if it wasn't a separate app,
Yeah.
that would make it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
That's what I think, anyways. Just because
And
you know,
it used to
Instagram,
be.
Snapchat, all this. Yeah, exactly. It
Yeah,
used to
I don't
be.
know why it
and then
switched.
They
So
they
stupid.
separated it.
Yeah, no, it's dumb. But speaking on the topic of messaging, let's go back. Let's go to the next topic. If they text you right after a breakup and stuff like that, do you text them back or do you try and like keep it civil? Like do you text them if they hit you with a hey, how you doing? Miss you. Thinking about you.
It depends on what the message is. If you're throwing the whole miss you and thinking about your stuff,
Let me go get that pool wet again.
then no, we're not gonna. But if you say if you give me a generic hey, then I'm like, okay, maybe this is something that I should see. Just as a good human being, we had a past, so in the name of that, I will honor it. Unless you
Even if they did you dirty, what if they cheated on you and they send you like a hey, just wanted to check in on you, see how you're doing?
the chances of me responding are very low.
How would you respond to that?
I'm okay.
I know, bro. You do text
Are
like
you
a 40.
okay?
You do low key text like a 40-year-old dad, bro. Sometimes I'm like, damn, bro.
It depends. If I got time to burn, then sure, I'll do the whole thing. But otherwise, just like you can. This could have been. I don't need to call. We're text messaging.
What if they hit you with like a long ass apology? What if like, hey, I'm sorry for how I was a bad girlfriend. I hope you're doing well. I went through therapy and I realized that I wasn't doing right by you and this and that. How do you respond to that?
We're gonna leave it on red.
You're leaving it on red.
I'm leaving it on
Damn,
red.
you took the different ending. I actually responded to it.
Wow.
I responded to it
Why?
because it was a weird thing of fate, right? So this happened. So I remember, and this is weird too. This is so fucking weird. I don't know why, but so what I did before I left Austin, right? I did all my things where I saw my friends for the last time and whatnot. And then I was like, let me go down memory lane one more time. So I remember driving down just to see the spot of where I used to live with her for a long time. Just to see it, it's just like, oh man, last thing of memories I want to see one more time before I leave to Texas. And then I remember it specifically. I want to say a couple days after I did that, drove by that house. I went to go donate plasma. And then as I'm sitting there waiting, because, if you donate plasma, they make you fucking wait like 10, 15 minutes, depending on the place. I remember getting a random text and it said her name there. I was like, whoa, this is wild. And then that's when she sent me that whole thing of like, hey, this and that. And then I responded. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I was just thinking about you the other day. And then, yeah.
Tell me you didn't say that in the text message.
I did. I mean, look, I was just like, if she would have sent me that maybe a year prior, wouldn't have responded. It's one of those things where time has gone by. I mean, what can I really do? I can't take back what she did. Not like I was perfect either, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I might as well just keep the peace. It's I took it as like it was like a growing thing, right? Because me prior would have been like, oh, this fucking hot-headed, popped off, got pissed off. But me now, it's just kind of like, I'm doing good. Why the fuck do I need why do I need to bring some negativity into my own life over something somebody else did and then have it irk me the rest of my day, fuck up my day, when I'm already hectically trying to move? And moving in itself is already stressful. Last thing I need is an ex around to get pissed off at. So that's why I did that. I mean, we talked a little bit, but I ended up leaving her last message on red. So I was like, I don't care anymore. You're doing okay. Your family's doing all right. That's all right. That's all I need to know. I liked her family. Her family was very nice. That's one of those things that kind of sucks when you leave with somebody when their family was cool. At least in my experience, the family was very nice. But no, when it comes to messages like that, I'll respond unless they did me super, super dirty. If they did do me super, super dirty, I would block their number. I wouldn't even respond. I'd be like, how the fuck do you have my number?
Have you ever blocked a number before?
Oh, yeah. Same girl that I told you about just now.
Yeah.
She started the text message off with, I don't know if you'll read this because I told her I'm going to block her or else I'm going to fucking kill myself. I didn't say kill myself. Nice. I said something about like, email me if you need to, but don't text me anymore or else I'll fucking go insane or I'll lose it or something like that. And it was kind of a gaslighting technique because she was like a psychologist. And I was like, I'm a horrible human being, bro. I'm a horrible human being. But yeah, see, this is what I'm saying.
Trying to play games with the big dogs out here.
Exactly, bro. I this is what aggravates me too, man. I feel like anybody who has a psychology degree always tries to fuck with your head, and they always have this impression of like, I know how to read people, this and that. They don't. At least a lot of them don't. I feel like it's one of those things to where it's like they want to try and be a mind reader, but it's like a book can't teach you how a human being acts. You need experience around human beings to know how human beings act. So I feel like psychology is kind of like getting a psychology degree is kind of like getting a film degree, where it's like you can watch movies, you can read books about human behavior all day, but until you're actually out in that field doing it, or interacting with people, or making a film, if we're using the same analogy, you actually have to get your hands and feet in the mud to actually experience that. Because it's like, especially when it comes to human beings and psychology, everybody is different. There's no I would even go on a women's side. I don't think there's people that are both the same. I feel like there's always some differences within human beings. So I think basing a book, there could be similarities in certain diseases that, mental disease and stuff like that, but everybody deals with it and has it differently. And I think the problem with people nowadays, especially, is a lot of people like to self-diagnose themselves. That's why you see everybody talking about, oh, I have ADHD. Everybody has that. Like, everyone's like, I got ADHD. No, you're probably just bored and you can't focus. And somebody was like, you probably have ADHD. Fucking WebMD was like, you probably have ADHD.
Oh.
Ha, broken human being.
Hey, WebMD is going to just say you're going to die.
Right? WebMD is going to say, hey, you got ADHD. Only cure, get your ass eaten in the shower. No, I'm just kidding.
Make sure to use the finger technique.
Got the fucking finger technique, bro. I'm fucking dead. But yeah. No, that's my thing on that. Same thing. I think the same thing applies to like anxiety, bro. I feel like people confuse anxiety with just being nervous. There's some people who have panic attacks. I was watching a Twitch stream today of this girl, and then like mid-stream, she was like, all right, guys, I have to sit down. I think I'm having a panic attack. And then she was sitting down, and she was doing this. I was like, dude, I've never seen something like this. Somebody having a panic attack like in front of me. Actually, I take that back. I've seen someone have a panic attack in front of me. I haven't seen it on a camera displayed in front of thousands of people. It was crazy. I mean, she got out of it real quick, but just the fact of like, I'm like, damn. But yeah, no, that's my spiel on it. But I also grew up in a household to where it was like, if something's wrong with you, drink water and go to sleep. So like, there was no really sickness that was like real. I think if I told my parents I was depressed, they'd probably laugh. Like my mom. Remember one time I told my mom, I'm this fucking stupid ass edgy teenager, right? I told my mom, I was like, I'm just sad with life. I think I'm gonna hang myself. Told her that. You know what she told me? She was like, all right, go ahead. You want me to go buy you the rope? Ever since she told me that, I'm like, I can't win. I can't win, bro. I can't.
I mean, even that, like, all right. Even if you were to think about it logically, all right, then what?
I don't know. To me, it's just like, and by all means, the viewers out there, I am not downplaying depression. I'm not downplaying suicide. It's a very serious topic. If you do have those serious thoughts, seek help. But yeah, no, in that specific instance, it was just like, Jesus. Like, it makes me think of the outlook of my problems. But I'm a firm believer that, if somebody was really to end their life, I don't think they would, I don't think they would openly say it. I don't think they would, like, openly say it out in the open. I think the people who really do it, kind of just do it.
Yeah.
Do it to get it over with.
Keep themselves.
Wow, I like how this went from exes to fucking suicide. All right, let's go. Let's go back in. As you can see, we ain't on our usual spiel. It's winter. It's dark outside. There's no fucking light out there. It's getting a little dark in here. Next thing up is, do you think it's still possible to be friends with an ex? You personally?
No, I don't.
No?
Once the relationship has been cracked, there's a good reason, because I know for like me, I've done what I can to keep that thing afloat. But if you've crossed, if a certain line was crossed, then even if you were to like somehow rebuild it, it's not going to be the same way it was.
Not even if it was like an amicable split. How do you say that word? Amicable? If it was like a neutral split to where you guys are both just like, okay, we don't want to cheat on each other, but I feel like this relationship, we're not really doing anything. It's been too complacent. I don't feel the same way about you anymore, and I just want you to know that I want to end this. You know, it was like a nice split where she didn't do you dirty, and you guys just kind of just ended off on, you know, I guess good terms. I think that's good terms. Do you think you could still be friends with that person in the future?
I prefer not to.
Okay.
I'm like, we can be acquaintances, but like, I'm not gonna go over to your house, or like, we're not gonna be hanging out like a Sunday barbecue or something like that. No, it ain't gonna happen.
But if you guys are at, I mean, you still share the same friends. What if you know they're at the party too? Would you go to that party?
It's gonna depend on who's the friend, because if yeah, it just depends.
I feel like it depends on the situation, right? In the case of like, if I was to, if it ended that way with that person, yeah, obviously it would take me some time, because I'd be like, damn, bro, I think the fault was on me. Like, what the fuck did I do in this relationship that could have been better? Yeah. So it takes some time for me to get through the emotional ringer of like not blaming myself. But I feel like after that, I mean, I would just kind of understand the fact at the end of the day, I'd respect the person, because it's like, I mean, yeah, maybe you wanted other people, but at least you told me first. It could have went fucking an alternative way, and I feel like those types of talks, they're not easy talks to have with people,
Absolutely.
right? So that definitely takes guts to tell someone I'm not interested in you anymore. So I think I would respect them for that. Obviously, it's going to hurt if you see them with somebody else. And it's just, I think that's just natural human behavior. But yeah, no, if it ended off on good terms, and they were respectful enough to do that to me, I could totally see us like being friends and stuff like that. Now, if we're friends, I don't know if I could do like a friends with benefits type of thing, especially if I loved you at one point in time. I don't know about that. That's kind of on the fence. But like, you know, if they were like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Or, you know, through a text or something like that, I'd be open to, you know, talking to them, or, you know, seeing what's up. You know, because to me, that's I don't know, it's just a good person. That's the person that's on your side. Doesn't want to see you fuck up, I guess. Does that make sense?
I can see that. Yeah.
Not like, you know, those types of things to where it's like, oh man, maybe the door could be open to something else in the future. Not saying it will.
Oh, no.
But who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah. Well, that's because you've never. I don't know. You've never. I don't know. Have you ever taken somebody back, like after you've broken up? Like, have you ever gotten back with somebody that you've broken up with?
No.
Okay, so you don't know that feeling then. Yeah. It's wild. I do not recommend it. By the way, I do not recommend it.
I don't know. You know, the way I see it, you broke up for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay. There was something wrong. There's something that caused you to get to that point in the first place.
Right.
So now you're going back. You know, say you take the person back. That issue probably still exists.
Well, I don't know, man. Some people change. I feel like, you know, I just want to be devil's advocate here since we're on this subject. You know, what if they didn't know what they were doing was wrong because you never said anything the first time around, and now after the breakup they realized it, but it took that for them to realize it. Now I'm not saying just like your guys are breaking up just on the sense of just cheating. I'm not like, I feel like that's like the most like stereotypical reason why people break up. But yeah, no, we'll take cheating out of these types of equations. It's not cheating that's the reason why you guys broke up. It could just be lost interest, or maybe they did something that you didn't like, but you never said anything because you were too nice, or whatever the case may be, and it got to the point where it was just like kept ticking you until you just fucking like, fuck it, I can't deal with this anymore, fuck you, type thing. And they didn't know that until they broke up with you, and now they know that. And they're like, you know, I wasn't aware of that before. Now I am. I still like you. What's the move? You trying to go into the shower? 2-finger combo? What's up?
It depends on how long it's been. If plus they're gonna have put in some serious work. Like I'm gonna have to have seen it type of deal. Like,
so you would take them back then?
No. Well, then it becomes a maybe. That just gets you out of the hard no stage into the maybe.
Damn.
And then we got to reconsider the whole scenario.
You know, I cannot wait for the day you actually get a girlfriend, man. I'm very curious to see how how you react in front of girl, and likewise, bro. Because I have a picture in my head of how I think it would be, but I don't know. I think it would be funny though. I think it'd be funny. So it would. Okay. Trying to think of another scenario here. Yeah, no, I can't think of anything. It's hard. It's hard because you don't know that type of thing. I mean, I think we relate on the relationship part and stuff like that, but I don't think you've gone past that. Like, you've never been put in that situation of like taking somebody back or contemplating it and then seeing it. Because you're right. On that extent where it's like, you know, some people don't change their ways.
Right.
Even though they say it. I mean, there's a difference between saying something and doing it. You can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk type of situation, right?
Don't say about it, be about it.
Exactly. And it's funny because it's just like, I don't know, man. People put up with so much shit in relationships. When you talk to people, like, you ever hear, I hear horror stories when I talk to girls about relationships, bro. I'm like, the shit that like they put up with, I'm like, what? It's like I hear about women, they're like, oh man, yeah. Like if they're on their period or anything, they're like, oh yeah, my last boyfriend just told me to get over it. Or shit like that. Don't tell me you're that fucking guy. Don't tell me you're that fucking guy.
No.
Why'd you smile?
No.
Why'd you smile, you fucking asshole?
No, I didn't.
I seen you smirk.
No. Listen, when the ex had her periods, and whatever she needed, I went out to get. I got usually like no matter what time it was, I go out to the Walmart or Walgreens and say, all right, whatever you need.
Yeah, I can see you doing that. I feel like you're a very nice, you're a giving guy. I can see that. Why do you keep looking away, bro? I feel like you're sus. You're holding something back.
I feel like you're trying to dig something up. And you're trying to get something out of me.
I'm not. It's just the way, because I was talking about it and I looked at you and you smirked. So you're holding something back.
It's like, no, because I'd be ready to pass out and then I hear like, babe, do we have any Tylenol?
Oh,
I'd go and look, and it's like, we don't have anything, or no ibuprofen. It's like, but these cramps are really bad. I need some. Like, okay. Anything else you need so I don't have to make 3 trips?
Oh, no, that's valid. Because I would, I'd do the same thing, and then I would do my deep sighs in the car at like 2, 3 in the morning.
Oh, no, I just blasted music. I'm like, I'm fine again. Once I see the windows rattling, I'm like, all right, we're good.
Once the windows are rattling?
Yeah.
You blasting Love Sosa on the way to fucking CVS?
Maybe. I'm blasting all the music that that super hood rat shit. Yeah.
Dude, I think about that shit and I'm like, bro, I can't imagine, like, I think biology every day that I had that. I think it's the Y chromosome, right, that makes us male. Because I cannot imagine bleeding from my glizzy every month. You got me see, it's just the thought of it, bro. Anything that's like not... There's only 2 things that's coming out of this. And one of them's not blood. If blood's coming out, we got a serious fucking issue here.
Yeah, we're going to the ER
Yep.
ASAP.
And then it's like, people who are like hormonal, like women who are hormonal and stuff, and then change your hormones and shit like that. Hell the fuck no, bro. Mm-mm. I already know dudes who are naturally bitch made without periods. So yeah, bro, fuck. So I'm saying, it's like, me, I want a daughter in the future. I just hope I'm not a single parent when I have said daughter. Mm-hmm. If that happens, or when that kid, has their first period or whatever, I'm not gonna know what the fuck to do. I'm be like,
Google.
Right?
Google, help me out here.
Google,
what do I do?
WikiHow, bro. So be like, Dad, why you got eating ass on your search history, bro?
What's the 2-finger method?
I'll be like, it applies. You got to apply it to the incision wound, bro. Hold it there. We'll seek help. But yeah, no, I fuck that, and just there's so much shit to where I'm like, bro, I don't know. Women are wild, bro. So we're gonna flip the script here a little bit. I want to end off this episode right here with talking about certain jobs that how do you think you'd be if you were doing these certain jobs? Just throwing this random last topic out here, right? All right, I'm gonna start off with the first one. You ready? Drug dealer.
I think I'd be all right with it. I'm a deeply mistrusting guy, so...
You're a deeply mistrusting guy?
Yeah, so I don't trust people.
Oh, okay, you don't trust... I was like...
Yeah.
What? Like,
so, I'm going to approach everybody... I think I already do that. Just like, you gotta prove that you're trustworthy to me.
Damn. So you would have a small clientele of people?
Oh, yeah. Small clientele, or you gotta be referred by somebody that I know. Otherwise, we ain't doing business like that. Or I gotta have watched you do the operation myself. Type of deal.
I feel that. I don't know if I could be a drug dealer because not only the mistrusting thing, but I just feel like the amount of money I'm getting is not worth the potential fucking prison time I can get. Like, I'm smuggling a bunch of drugs like over the border or vice versa, especially the motherfuckers who are over the border. That's another whole story, bro. There's one group of people you will never, no matter how dark my videos get, I will never, ever, ever talk shit about the cartel. Those motherfuckers genuinely scare me. Them beheadings and all that shit. Nope. I want my head and my fucking body parts and limbs all on me for the rest of my life. I am good. Do not do that dumb shit around me. No.
Yeah. No.
Small clientele for sure, and I feel like I'd be very secret about it. I feel like I would get I would find an establishment, like a 7-Eleven, like a Smith's, you know. I would do my operations there low key. I'd be like, yeah, you know, I hid the fucking ounce behind the Ritz crackers in aisle 7.
Yeah, but there's cameras.
Well, I mean, if you're like kind of like putting your hand in to reach for the back, and then they go to the same aisle and they get something from the back, you want to put it in the same box of Ritz crackers every single fucking time. I'd be like, you know, I put it behind the popsicles in the freezer aisle, or I feel like in your case, I'd be like, yeah, I stashed that 8-ball behind the fucking Charizards in the fucking card section.
Where?
Like, that's what the fuck you would do, bro.
Tell me.
Motherfucker,
Tell me now.
You wouldn't be a Coke fiend. You'd be a goddamn Pokemon fiend, bro.
Oh, trust me.
Oh, God.
I'd be weighing those packs.
That would be fucking terrible. Okay, next one. You ready for this next
pulls.
one? Next one for you.
Yeah.
Porn star. Or, I'm sorry, what the kids call corn star.
Are we talking like OnlyFans or like official, like...
Both.
Interesting.
They're usually in the same type of category. Or they
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
branch from one and then go into the other, vice versa.
Yeah.
So I'd say like all around. Like, let's say, for example, you know, you got an OnlyFans page, and then Brazzers hits you up. They're like, yeah, bro, we just got a scene here. Violet Myers, come do it. Last guy
Whoa.
backed out.
Whoa. Oh, sign me up immediately.
So I feel like, you know, being a male porn star, right? I feel like that's way harder than being a female porn star. I feel like with a female porn star, yeah, I feel like your goal is to like get in shape or stay in shape, you know, look a certain way. But you kind of just have to take it. Unless the scene requires something else that you got to do, or like at the end. But it's like, yeah, I feel like from a dude's perspective, I've always thought about this. It's like, when you're a male porn star, like I feel like I've heard horror stories about this shit too, like on Reddit or stuff like that. Like they'll take like needles and stuff and like inject it straight into their glizzy to keep themselves.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about that too.
Shit like that.
Lots of pills. And
I just imagine like you'd have just blue balls all day on a scene if the scene's taking forever, because it's like, all right, you got to do it this way, then you got to wait a minute, then you got to go back into it. And it's like, God, man, I feel like that would just hurt after a while. Like, yeah, it's you know, the process that you're doing is pretty cool. You could say like, oh man, you know, I bang this chick, bang this chick, bang this chick, but it's like, man, this got to require a lot of physicality, bro. So I feel like it almost seems like sex would be like boring after a while. Once you've done it so many goddamn times, it's like no longer, it's not a reward. It's kind of just like a disappointment.
I don't know about boring, but maybe just the process of getting there,
Yeah.
it will be far more difficult over time.
Plus, it's like you also got to think too, like, what if you work with somebody who you don't like have good chemistry with? I feel like that's hella awkward.
I wonder if they do that though.
I'm sure that happens a lot. I think I've seen podcasts. I think Angela White,
Oh,
she, from what I've seen from her podcast, I could be wrong. This was a while ago, but she said that that does happen. And like she has to like pull them aside sometimes to just have like a normal conversation to try and get to know them better before like the scene or whatnot. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I think it's manageable, doable. I'm sure after, you know, it's just like everything. Like when you get enough experience to do it,
yeah.
it's probably like, you know, second nature, I guess. But
Yeah.
I feel like the physical part of that is just kind of like, oh my God. Like I feel like you just look at just like sex just altogether differently. It's like, oh man. Plus I feel like seriously dating somebody when you're a porn star is hard.
Right. They'd have to be okay with your profession.
Yeah.
Especially if you're still still active.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like at that point in time, though, if you got like a relationship, then that's when you move to the OnlyFans. You know, if you have an established enough name, you move to the OnlyFans, and it's like, all right, I'm doing this content with this person. I mean, if they're down for it, type thing. At least that's what I would do in that situation. You know, get like a baddie, or who knows, maybe you link up with somebody that's also in the industry. Maybe that's how they do it. Maybe that's how they date.
Maybe.
I feel like that's like a fair exchange, right?
That does make it easier because then you both know how the profession works and
Yeah.
stuff.
You both know, it's only business,
Right.
stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. I feel like that's with all professions, though. Like to a certain degree, right? Because it's like I think about that stuff too. Like when the stuff we do right here, like filming, content creation, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I could not be with somebody who always needed attention because I couldn't give that to them. In fact, it'd almost be better if I dated somebody who was a content creator because they understand that it takes so much fucking time to do that they would, they would know that if I don't text back or we can't do this on this day, that's why. Like, I feel like dating a streamer would be fucking great if you dated a streamer because them motherfuckers will stay there all day streaming and then they have to make videos and then they have to do this, do that. I don't know, man. Content creating is such a fucking draining job. So many people are quitting it this year, which is crazy too. And I can see why. No. My future daughter, whoever, I hope you become a lawyer, become a doctor. Do something that's more of a straight, steady path. Don't be like me. Please. I don't wish content creation on my kids, but if they decide to do it, then I will support. But it's not my favorable outcome for them.
Lawyers.
Hell yeah, bro. Do you imagine you fucking you have a whole family worth of just like a bunch of convenient shit? I mean, you kind of have that, but like that'd be cool to have like, a family that's like, yeah, you got lawyers right here, you got fucking doctors, you got I don't know.
If they were all like absolutely.
Massage therapists, whatever the case may be. Like it's
I don't know about that one.
Huh?
We're not going to that one.
I have one of those in my family.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom. But yeah. That's what I feel. I went off topic there a little bit, but yeah, no. When it comes to that industry specifically, it's probably best to just anything that involves a camera. I think it's best to date somebody like that, unless somebody really just understands and they're like, okay, cool, I know that you're busy, but I feel like that's kind of rare nowadays, man. I feel like it's kind of rare. I feel like a lot of people just want attention because they don't have hobbies. A lot of people, unfortunately, do not have hobbies, and it's a damn shame.
I don't know. I mean,
I think that's why everyone's so depressed, bro. They got nothing to look forward to day by day. I feel like if I didn't have a set schedule of stuff to do to give me meaning, I would eventually question, why the fuck am I even alive? Like, what am I doing aside from working and getting a paycheck? Like, there's nothing. I can be replaced. I can be replaced doing that shit. Somebody else can take my fucking job the next day. It's not that hard to do what I do, job-wise, my current job, or like, what I'm doing right now. I feel like it gives me a higher purpose to keep waking up, keep doing what I do.
What's the end game?
The end game is I will have cemented some sort of legacy within a media world to where, future generations to come would watch this content and get a laugh out of it, enjoy it. And I would eventually make money off of this to fully support myself and future generations down the line. I'd say at least 3 or 4 generations, at least enough generations to be successful in their own areas, provide financial, I guess, means to benefit whatever careers they wanted to go into. And I would get old with a certain lady. I don't know who the lady is yet, but a certain lady. We go to the old folks' home, get some STDs, eat ass, fucking live the life, bro.
Trying to get moved
Die
into
a happy
home?
man. No, I'm not getting moved into a fucking home. Fuck that, bro. I'd want to be rich enough to have a nice-sized home. Not a mansion. I've never been one for a mansion. A nice-sized home. Just have, caregivers come by, drive by.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I would do. I want to die in my own home. Fuck with dying around people, bro. Shit's whack. Especially by the time we get old, you know how fucking cool everything's going to be when we're old, bro? We're going to be able to play VR. We're going to be able to I'm sure there's going to be more accessible shit for old people by then. Technology's going to advance. We'll probably have an Apple Watch that's going to tell us when we're going to die. Like, it's going to be fucking lit in the future. So I'm not even worried about getting old in the future because I'm like, man, we're going to have it so much better than the old people now. And I'm sure the old people now have it way better than the old people before them. So It's like a constant cycle of that. But since we're in the technology age, I feel like everything's going to be better. So I'm not really too worried about getting old as far as how accessible shit's going to be. So, but yeah, that's the end game, man. That's the end game. Just making content, being able to survive financially off of this and support my friends too if they got goals and dreams. I'm always a big advocate for helping people who go out of their comfort zone, go out of their... come out of their shell. I always think that's very inspiring. And if they tell me, you helped in the reason why I did certain thing. I don't know. I feel like I get a nice feeling out of that. Feels great. It feels very nice.
Cozy feelings.
Yeah, a little cozy, but just like knowing that I impacted their life in some way, shape, or form to do that, just feels like a benefit. So I live for. That's one of the other things that I fucking live for. That's what I'm saying. If I never did this, I was harping on that shit earlier, but I truly feel like I could be like a psychologist or something. Because I like listening to people's problems and just being like it's a weird habit, but like I do. Unless they complain, unless they're one of those woe is me people, then I'm like, shut the fuck up. But if they have, there goes my fucking psychologist license right there. But like, people come to me with problems and stuff. I'm always interested in giving solutions if they ask for it. I'm not going to be the one that's like, oh yeah, you're a fucking idiot for doing this. But if they ask for it, I'll give it to them.
Isn't that usually what people go to a doctor or psychologist or therapist for?
Yeah. Like, I've always thought I'd needed therapy, but I don't. I say all my problems in front of these fucking cameras. So maybe in a way, the cause and effect is just me therapy. Because if you really put the lore into place, I've told people this. If you look at this show as me just complaining to a psychologist and you're the psychologist, it really puts into perspective. I mean, we're on a couch. You're listening to me. You're looking at me. I'm looking at you. I usually talk about my problems.
All right, hold on. Let me get my notepad out.
Right? You get your notepad out. It's a therapy session where I'm paying you $0. Shout outs to my insurance. For now. We got to see when the money comes in. But we're gonna end this here, man. This is very interesting. Getting our thoughts and literally getting our thoughts out. Thank you guys all for watching. Shout outs to all my people on Spotify, YouTube, for the motherfuckers on Facebook too. We're going to shout them out too. And as usual, the crazy people who watch this on, not watch this. You can't watch this. Listen to this on Apple Podcasts. You people are the silent bunch who I respect, because I still to this day, with the skits that come at the beginning of these, don't know how you do it, but I just hope they're comprehensible. So thank you guys all for watching us for another week. I promise you, next podcast, hopefully we should be back in line. Everything should be back to normal. We won't be talking about dark things that'll go into dark subject matters again. No promises. But yeah, maybe we'll even have a guest on next too. We'll see. Ooh. We'll see what the future holds. But thank you guys all for watching, tuning in. Mr. Bouzos, Papi, as usual, do you have anything else to say to anybody before we end this?
Thanks for hanging out.
All right, so getting your ass eaten.
No.